Okay, let's see the spawn locations here. We're gonna be starting off with IJL. No one has been commentating these, so I think I'll be moving on towards these before the playoffs starts for CM. But we're gonna have Zeta versus RC here. Miraike coming out as no, not yet. I mean, this is the I guess it is still the opera singer meta, but for now we're gonna be having a patient, psychologist, first officer, and a gardener. Overall for this team comp, I guess it's okay, especially for patient in 4-stop as well. That's not that much of a nice place for a, well, does it work for opera singer? I'm not too sure. I haven't seen a lot of CM players, well, CM teams choosing Moonlit at all as their option for game 1, but overall for now, it does seem like we may be seeing a first officer first chase here, considering the fact that all players have been wanting to chase after FO after all. But we're going to move on towards the persona points. It's going to be, let's see, double window speed boost and one flywheel on towards the gardener. Miraike is going to be running trump card detention alongside with abnormal here from Zeta's survivor side, and of course first officer being the one that's the only one that has tie turner here. I mean, it's kind of the usual, but for the survivors as of now, it's gonna be quite hard if City goes down a little bit too early, of course. But moving on towards the game we go. This is gonna be RC versus Zeta for week 1, game 1, round 1. I still need to get back to the usual. Oh, but it does seem like we're allowed to dash quite a little bit, especially with the pulse here as well. It does work pretty darn well. But here for Miraike, it does seem like Rowley decides that he wants to actually vault over that instead. But with the pallet being able to be dropped down right there, it seems like that's going to be the first pallet stun. A very beautiful pallet stun, of course. Now then, 30 seconds on towards the game. We're still trying to see where the red light is coming from, but Rowley on the other hand seems like we're going to be dashing towards the other side of 4-stop, and Miraike is still not willing to get rid of that pallet though. I mean, this is still an opera singer at the end of the day. For 4-stop, it does seem like those poles are really coming in handy. We are able to get that hit right over the pallet here, with one hook remaining on Rowley's hands. He does have a pallet speed boost here to use at least, so after this pallet, it's probably going to be an immediate hook in, which is probably for the better right now. Okay, and right here, we are not going to be able to dash over. That's kind of a faulty hook there coming from Miraike, well, not Miraike, Rowley's side, but it's going to be a trump card detention with Berserker Rage, and of course it does seem like that's max pallet breaking there from my side of view, or maybe that's double pallet breaking instead of max. But anyways, it's currently 80 seconds in towards this game. Patient has been chaired, but Patient has no items remaining here to use. We could potentially get first officer just to crouch here and not rescue. That is one of the better options, but seen from camera angle here, first officer is actually upstairs right now. We're gonna abnormal immediately the cipher machine TPing back, but even with this TP back, we're not gonna get much from that shadow strike there. City still trying to contain for as long as possible, but it seemed like we kind of found Rowley immediately. Wouldn't really have expected that to be Rowley. I probably would have chased after City instead, but with this in mind as well, that 80% containment time seems like it's going to go off the rails now, especially with the abnormal trace pick. I mean, a lot of hunters have been picking abnormal just for the sake of, you know, even if you have a blink, you can't really map control, so it's best for you to map control as a opera singer with a cipher machine progresses and all, but seeing from this side, they are going to be missing one full cipher machine, so even if first officer does come into rescue right now, it will still be considered as a tie. We are seeing Gardner rushing out from Godkite here on towards 4-stop. That's probably for the best as of now. Meanwhile, City is crouching outside, hiding away from the hunter, but for them to be rescuing here, I don't think like that it's worth it. If City actually comes into rescue, it'll result as a double down situation, especially with the fact that City still, well, unless he uses a pocket watch, I guess, but it's still a bit too risky. Okay, we're going to be seeing Patient getting eliminated right here. We are going to be going straight towards Soba right now as well. Soba currently crouching on the other side. Miraike, can we find Soba? That's going to be our main question here as of now. Seems like we aren't going to be able to hear the breathing sounds from the survivors. Still trying to play mind games here for as much as we can. But after this type of distance pulling, Miraike can probably know where Soba is. Yeah, you can probably guess where Soba is right now. If he's not in here, he should be right in front of you, right between those pallets. But it doesn't seem like Miraike saw the gardener's panda hat. So I guess we're going to be teleporting here immediately. Abnormal has been switched over. There is 2 pallets here being dropped down. This is 1 stack of pallet breaking, it does seem. But also with that in mind, Ivory here, Ivory still has that pallet to use. Ooh, Ivory still has 2 pallets here to use. Midaki probably should have just gotten rid of the pallets there first and foremost, shouldn't he? But with Opera Singer side, this is going to be a triple hish psychologist before she goes down. So she's relatively tanky. But I guess the only issue here, oh, that's going to be second hish. Didn't really get the pallet stun mind game there done properly. But I guess the biggest issue really is just with the fact that, ooh, no hit, okay. Very beautiful pallet stun, but even with Miraike here, you're just going to be playing around that 1 single pallet. I don't think Miraike is going to hit here at all. There's no point in hitting. We're just going to play mind games here. No pallet speed boost. I mean, pallet speed boost has been nullified. It has come out, but it has just been nullified. Didn't get a Terror Shock hit there, sadly, and still didn't get it. Okay, but we still got a Terror Shock hit there. I mean, it's kind of like Naya to a certain extent with those like attack ranges, but Naya's hitbox is bigger and Naya's attack speed is, I think, slower compared to Opera Singer, but it is still fast compared to the normal hunters. But we are able to see City finishing off that Cypher Machine dash Psycho is decoding. But even with that in mind as well, City is pretty far away from the chair. So either we get a really nice pocket watch from the first officer to get towards the chair, or it may not end up as well. But there's only 1 Cypher Machine remaining right now. It does seem like it's going to be the Gardener Cypher Machine. First officer is going to be closing in here. Tinnitus has popped, but first officer is actually on our left hand side right now. So it does seem like Miraike is kind of losing the FO here a little bit. Finds out where the FO is, going to immediately go back as fast as we can. Didn't get the hit there, but there's going to be the first hit immediately registered. There's a pallet speed boost there to be utilized for Ivory. There's also another window speed boost there by the double pallet window area. But it does seem like for Ivory, he's going to be taking the double speed boost here, so being able to pull quite a distance away from this area. Wanting to get every down here may be a little bit hard considering the fact that we still have 2 ciphers here, 2 pilots here remaining. But also with that in mind, Ivory, we are going to be getting the first hit here immediately. Are we going to teleport is the main question here as of now, because first officer definitely would be able to get out, but we're going to teleport over immediately. Meanwhile, Gardner is going to be able to get on towards the tram right now. We need to teleport back here immediately, wanting to get towards the tram, but it does seem like there's nowhere else for us to actually utilize. Ooh, okay, never mind. Gardner is actually a second stop right now. Gardner currently a second stop right now, but Miraike here, for elimination rate actually went up by quite a lot. We are able to spot the Gardner here, thankfully. Gardner trying to get a bubble up here. Gardner did manage to get a bubble up here, but it does seem like Dungeon is very close. No way, she can't make it. She can't make it too. Hey, beautiful flywheel, but we need to hit it away. Oh wait, crawl speed. Why aren't you crawling? Wait, Gardner wasn't. Oh wait. They cannot crawl during attack. They cannot crawl during charge attack. But let's congratulate 3-man elimination here coming out from Miraike. Moving on to our second half. Okay, let's see the spawn points here. It's quite an interesting spawn point. We have Dolisu at the corner here, but also at the same time as an opera singer, you probably want to spawn closely towards the survivors you want to chase the most. So Dolisu being out of being, you know, very further out, even if you do decide to bring abnormal here, you won't be able to abnormal any cipher machines. But we're going to be seeing Kazuneko at first up, Hametu in 2-story, and then Mochi in middle, and of course Dolisu here by Circus. For Peter, it seems like Peter wants to spawn by Broken Carousel here. It's not a bad choice, but it's not a bad choice, but I think the only issue is with Mercenary being in middle right now. Mercy may not be good, because Mercy can just open the second stop immediately and Kazu can go straight towards third stop. But that's only if Peter decides to bring abnormal. I'm not sure what Peter decided to bring for this game. But if we did decide to bring teleport here, maybe teleportation actually would work pretty well, especially with the, you know, from first stop to third stop type of strategy with a Terror Shock hit down. But we're just gonna have to see how this game goes overall. We'll be moving on towards the persona selection here. We're gonna be seeing Unbomber with a window speed boost, Gardner with a window speed boost, and of course both the Explorer and Mercenary will be bringing Borrowed Time. It seems like Peter's actually gonna go Blink here with Trump Card Detention as the Opera Singer. Well, maybe abnormal would have been better, but with the blink coming out here, I guess this simply just wants to guarantee the embalmer down as fast as we can. But also on that fact as well, we're going to be moving on straight towards the game. Spawning by broken carousel here, we are aiming to actually go towards Gardner here first, it does seem, but that's going to be a second failed dash, 6 seconds on towards the clock for the cooldown remaining here. Mochi going to be the first chase, but Mochi is not the only one who has tie turn here. We're going to go straight towards middle, finding embalmer. Hamitu is actually out of position here, so the first hit will be registered really early because Hamitu positioning was not the best here. But for Opera Singer, catching up to Hamitu isn't going to be that hard, especially when phase 2 has currently been opened for a Shadow Strike. So even if the coffin does come up, it's nothing to be worried about really. We are going to teleport over, and a beautiful terror shock hit. Wow, that is fast. For Peter, breaking the pallet really just allows you to not break it later on. That's simply what I think. But of course, for Hamitu here, if he really wants to get that, I don't think he will, because Explorer is actually nearby right now. Yeah, Explorer is nearby. We could potentially change targets here. If Explorer comes rescue, we'll chase after Explorer instead. I think that's going to be the best play here for Peter, especially with the fact that like they don't have so much Cypher machines. So if we see Explorer coming in for the rescue, that's probably for the best to get Explorer down. So you could consider this as a very fast down, and they've only decoded 2 Cypher machines while chasing after Explorer. But if you decide to go after Hamitu, it might be a whole completely different story here, Peter. What Hamitu here has to do is to not allow Peter to chair him, because for the Opera Singer here, she can definitely chair the the embalmer as closely towards the coffin as possible. But with that in mind, Peter seems like he wants to go straight towards a 4-stop chair, so this is going to be Embalmer's self-heal currently being utilized to the maximum. I still feel like not chasing after Explorer was quite bad, because if we do decide to chase after Explorer, they don't have the Cypher machine progresses, and they need someone to heal Hamitu. That's my take. That's my take, of course, but we're seeing that the coffin is actually in basement. Oh wait, no, never mind, the coffin isn't in basement. Okay, the coffin is actually outside. We're going to be seeing Hamitu being able to pull down that pallet, but of course Peter here once again playing the mind games here. We are going to get a vault over, but it does seem like the Windows speed boost kind of came in clutch there. Hamitu being able to vault over that, but Hamitu being forced away from that pallet. We are going to be seeing Hamitu once again coming in close towards one of the corners here, but with no one being able to harass, is Gardner nearby for that chair break? Because if Gardner isn't nearby for that chair break, then this is going to be really bad, especially with the fact that like we know where Embalmer actually placed down his coffin, and if Gardner isn't here for the chair break, then Embalmer's chances of struggling free is kind of low here, of course. But seeing from this side, we're going to be seeing Embalmer being returned to the mainer. Survivors have a return policy, of course. Don't want to keep any of them for long. But we are going to be able to see Kazuneko here, the Gardner being at the double window. But it does seem like Peter wants to change targets here, thinking that Gardner is actually nearby. But hearing where Gardner is, losing tonight is here once again, but decides not to go back towards the inner depth of the back of Circus. But these are brilliant stashes though, very discreet dashes, but it seems like Peter's gonna be Peter's gonna miss. Oh, going to be back, we TP back, but Shadow Dance back was pointing towards 4-stop, so we think that there's actually someone near here. But it seems like we aren't able to find anyone here, sadly. Peter has a really good, how do I say, Peter's Opera Singer definitely is brilliant, but I think it's just hiding that's kind of killing it right now. This 2-story area is really different compared to Factory 2-story area, isn't it? Which is why no survivors picks it. Oh. We're back after a short ad. But with Mochi here, that's going to be a brilliant elbow pad. We are going to be able to rotate straight towards that pallet, but sadly it wasn't a terror shock hit. If it was a terror shock hit, that would be broken, by the way. But knowing on that side as well, Peter's screen change is insane. If you just look at Peter's camera, if you see how his fingers are moving, that is just absolutely insane, by the way. We are going to be able to teleport back right here, but it doesn't seem like we got a proper teleportation. But Peter, on the other hand, still deciding not to break the pallet. We're playing a little bit of hard-headed right here, because breaking the pallet probably would have been the better choice here no matter what has happened. But with only one cipher machine remaining right now, it does seem like Dolisu is able to get a 63% page. So right after this hit here, we are going to be seeing the cipher machine pop immediately. But no, Dolisu is actually quite far away from this area. But with Mochi, no items remaining on towards his hands. Dolisu as well. Dolisu as well. That's 18% cipher machine definitely will be primed very soon. I guess for the survivors, what they really want is... I guess what they really want is to be very close towards the gate, because like there's definitely a chance here for a 3-man elimination, especially with the fact that we find Kazuneku, who's the gardener, out there immediately. But we actually thought that Kazu is actually coming in from 2-story here, but not seeing anyone from 2-story. We're gonna have to teleport back here immediately. Sees where Kazuneko is right now, but sadly didn't get the opportunity to get Kazuneko a hit before teleporting back here. That's gonna be a hit on towards Kazuneko. Kazuneko not having bubble up, but it does seem like Mercenary wants to rotate in straight towards. Didn't get a hit right there. That's a little bit unfortunate. We got a hit right here. We are going to pop here immediately. Mercenary is going to be able to rush straight towards the tram, but with no one being nearby here as well. Peter, are we gonna teleport? Peter, teleport. Peter needs to teleport right now. Peter went for the teleportation, but it does seem like Dolisu is already gone into hiding. But it seems like, oh, we don't think that Dolisu is actually hiding in there, but Dolisu may be able to crouch here for a relatively long time. We still do have tie turning here remaining on Peter's hands though, so if Dolisu here is able to maintain another 50 seconds without being found, this is going to be brilliant for the survivors, because as long as Gardener and the Mercenary can meet up to heal later, or even they don't need to, if once tie turn is over, we just get Mercenary to come in. But Gardener here, Kazuneko, currently being at a very dangerous spot here. Of course, tie game is still guaranteed in a sense, because we're not gonna go look for where Dolisu is, who is currently the Explorer. But with the Gardener going down, it does seem like we're going to be able to guarantee to tie here at least. But for now, Peter's still wanting to aim for more. Let's congratulate Zeta though for taking down the first round as a win. Let's move on towards second half, or maybe we're gonna be seeing a 46. Oh no, they're out. Peter. I'm worried that Kazu can actually get the gate open on time. I'm actually worried that this could be a 3-man escape now. I don't think it'll be a 3-man. No, I don't think. Okay, Kazuneko got up. Peter's still trying to aim. Peter's still trying to go for it. Peter, you are going to be able to see Kazuneko. Peter, you didn't see her. No, Peter. Okay. There we go. Lovely stuff. Not bad going against Zeta. Especially first time here from a newcomer from RC side. But, we are going to be seeing... Oh, we went back. Okay. It's gonna be over, but we didn't get anything there just yet. Kazu. Okay. Peter, can we just break one of the pallet? Dear Lord Divine Jesus. Oh no, Peter. Ooh, Kazu cannot crawl. Kazu. Okay, he didn't crawl. Okay. Charge attack here. You see Kazuneko with his hand on his face, Lamal. Anyways, moving on towards game it's round 2.